Alright lads, so here we are under the floodlights of Bahrain for round 3 of the F1 2014 Career Mode Championship for Season 2. Now I've been really looking forward to this race because it's a track that does suit me, it suits the car, and for whatever reason I just go really well here against the AI. So for this round I'm really going to be pushing for a podium, maybe even for a race win, and that's why I'm going for a brand new power unit for this weekend. It should give us maybe a tenth or two extra performance, so we'll see how we go now as we head into qualifying straight into Q2. We're coming up across the line now to see what our time is, 1:34.4. That put us top of the session and straight into Q3 now. So here we go, setting our banker time of 1:34.7. That was on used option tyres, so it comes as no surprise that we got topped by pretty much everyone in this session so far, and now this is our second run on a brand new set of option tyres. But unfortunately I made a big mistake in the middle part of the lap, and now we're bringing it back in, putting on 3 laps of fuel, brand new tyres. Let's go. So in our final run of qualifying here, we've pretty much nailed the lap so far, apart from that corner exit there, just getting a bit of oversteer, probably costing us half a tenth or two, but so far it hasn't done us too much harm as we come now into the triple left-hander, putting the front brake bias into the front position, and that was just to help me get through the corner a little bit better. I just felt like the car was rotating too much coming into that corner. And that's really the only time in the history of F1 games that I've actually found the brake bias to be actually pretty useful, but so far time has expired in the session, so whatever lap we do now is pretty much where we're going to end up in this session. 5 tenths up on our previous personal best so far, so we're looking very good at the moment. Maybe a top 5 in this qualifying session. I'll have to wait and see on that one. But now the third sector, this is where the Mclaren is going to come into its own with the Mercedes power. Fresh power unit as well, I must say. I don't usually go for a new power unit this early on in the season, but I feel like I'm a little bit desperate, so I need that extra performance. Does it help us here in qualifying? Yes, it does. We've gone P6 here in Bahrain, and I think that's a fairly good qualifying session. I honestly couldn't have got a better lap out of the car than what I did there. So 6th place, fairly happy. Let's go to the race. Alright, so here we are on the grid of Bahrain. Let's just face it, we know we're going to get a bad start here, so let's just try and maximize that first corner. So 5 red lights, and away we go here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As always, terrible stunt. We've been absolutely mugged there by Felipe Massa. He gets off to the best start of probably everyone in this entire field so far. We'll see how many positions he can gain coming into turn 1. But us though, we're going to try and pick a gap through Ricciardo and Alonso. That's us now up into P3, P4 now. As we can see, Alonso has dropped now into P5, so fairly good start so far. We got Felipe Rosberg. We got Nico Rosberg right in front of us there in P3. Vettel sort of the meat and the sandwich there between the two Mercedes cars, so I think he's probably going to hold up Rosberg here, and that's going to give us a bit of an opportunity because the Red Bull isn't quite, fast in a straight line. So that's where, I'm sniffing a few places here if Rosberg can't get past. So that's what we need to do. We need to get past these guys, as soon as we can. Rosberg going slowly into turn 1. He's sort of getting balked by Vettel there, not really having the confidence to really lunge it under brakes or brake at his normal point, and we've sort of snapped him up there coming into turn 1. Next up is Vettel. He doesn't quite have the pace of Lewis Hamilton, who's got, 10 seconds over everyone in the field so far. Hamilton is so goddamn OP on this game. We got the inside of Vettel now, and we're up into P2. It's not quite done yet, though. Vettel trying to hold around the outside, and he's done so, thanks to, well, I guess traction, but he had a better run through the second and third corner, so it's a worthy explanation as to why he got past. But now trying to go back up the inside into turn 4 now, or is it turn 5? Either way, Vettel trying to hold around the outside, but we have the inside for this fast chicane here, and we get the job done into P2. Hamilton, he's like in another postcode at the moment, so we won't worry about him for this race win, unfortunately. Lap 6, I'm actually going to switch on to a 3-stop strategy here because the tyres, they actually felt pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. I felt like another lap, maybe even a lap and a half, I think the tyres would have absolutely fallen off the cliff, and I would have been training up the cars behind me. I didn't really want that heading into the next round of pit stops. I felt like I probably would have got jumped by everyone, and then that would have just been really nasty. So I'm going to switch it up here. I'm going to go for a 3-stop. I'm going to go on the attack for the rest of the race and not really worry about tyre wear. So in general, I think it's going to be a good strategy. I think it's going to be very enjoyable to watch as well, as we got the inside of Adrian Sutil into the hairpin. And it wasn't a dive bomb really, it was just me going up the inside. He was going pretty slowly due to his older tyres, and him being in a Sauber, it's much slower than a McLaren, I must say. But I got the job done fairly nicely, and without contact as well. Very easy to sort of run out wide there, especially with the chances of lockups. But either way, lap 8 going up the inside of Maldonado on the straight, and we're up into P8 now. There's a few more cars making their stops. I'm trying to push for qualifying laps at this early stage of the stint, just until everyone else makes their stops, and then I think we might be around about P2. Since we did get a massive undercut, I think we should be able to get our position back as we go into turn 1. Pretty much side by side there with Rosberg, back up into P3. Raikkonen is still yet to stop, so we won't need to worry about him. As lap 12 now, we got Daniel Ricciardo, who's found some pace in the middle part of the stint. We actually make a mistake there coming into the hairpin. We actually broke on the ripple strip there, locked up the inside front, and it just sent us wide, and Ricciardo didn't need a second invitation there. He just took up P2 without any questions asked. So lap 13, trying to come back up the inside of Ricciardo now. He's going to try and hold it around the outside, which turns to the inside now for turn 2, and he's got the move back. That is a very good move there from Ricciardo. So he probably won't be seen for the rest of this race now, as we come in for our second stop here on lap 15. And I think we're going to be going on to the option tyres for the rest of the race. So it should be a really good stint for us coming up now. We did the hard yards on the prime tyres, while everyone else was on the option tyres for this stint, I must add. So that was why I didn't exactly have the pace against the likes of Ricciardo and Rosberg behind me. So from here on in, I think we're going to be pretty quick now. As you can see, lap 18, our teammate is coming in for his final stop of the race. And a few more others will be coming in the next couple of laps. So you'll see a big positional change as the laps progress here. So Vettel and now someone else also coming into the pits. That promotes us up into P4. And now lap 22, some of the leaders are now coming in as well, including Rosberg and Ricciardo. But it looks like Rosberg has jumped us now, so it just shows the Mercedes has that much of a pace advantage over us, that even on old tyres, he can sort of lap better than us on fresh tyres. But now lap 23, it's the end of our stint now, and Alonso is trying to go around the outside of us here into the middle sector. It looks like we just maintained P4 for now, as you can see a replay of that. Alonso trying to hold around the outside there. I actually thought he was going to get the move done there, but he almost backed out of it, I must say. But lap 23 now, we're coming in for our final stop of the race. It's our third stop, and going on for a nice, short, sharp stint onto the option tyres for about 5, maybe 6 laps. But look at the minimap there. It's actually a safety car period. I actually didn't realise this at the time because the graphic didn't come up on my screen, so thanks a lot, Codemasters, for that glitch. So I was completely unaware here. And then coming here, I saw the safety car. I pretty much shat myself. I didn't know what to do, so I slowed down and I went past. But then Felipe Massa, he didn't slow down at all, and he just overtook me like nothing really happened. So he's overtaken me under safety car. Surely that's a penalty because he just flew right past me and overtook me. And now on the very next lap, finally the safety car graphic shows up. So it was really weird. I had absolutely no idea what was going on. I think in the next couple of laps, if Felipe does have a penalty, then he'll be serving his drive-through very soon. So yeah, there we go. It's a crazy sequence of laps we just had there. I just got to take a breath now because we're getting ready for a restart. Pretty much what's happened is, Lewis Hamilton, he had a massive lead, and there's a lot of lap cars in the way now. So I think only 11 or 12 cars are actually on the lead lap now. So we're pretty much at the back of the queue. We're going to see a lot of cars getting out of the way, or probably getting in the way as we try and overtake some of the cars ahead. What we do have in our favour though is we have fresh tyres compared to the AI who are on primes, which are much older. So this should be a very good flurry to the end of the race here. Away we go here for the restart here in Bahrain. We can see some of the back markers now pulling out of the way. Felipe Massa is in our crosshairs now. We're going to go up the inside into turn 1, and that should see us back into the position we were in, P9, and there we go, job done. So next up is Sergio Perez, and he's sort of stuck in a train here, including him, Button, Raikkonen, and maybe Alonso as well. So the next couple of laps should be pretty damn exciting as Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race. We're half a second slower than that on fresh options, but we're in a bit of traffic, and Hamilton, he is just on another level today, isn't he? But we went up the inside of Perez there. That's us up in a P8. Next up is our teammate of Jenson Button. We can see a few more cars getting in the way there, just lap cars. But thankfully, they just pull out of the way and don't bother us too much. Jenson there going defensive into that corner for no reason. I was nowhere near him, and now he's holding me up. Surely the team should be getting on the radio, telling him to get out of the way, and I actually think he did that there. Bit of team orders at play maybe, but now it's the final lap. We haven't really made the inroads on Raikkonen that I really would have liked. But someone has gone wide there. That's a Red Bull. I think it might be Sebastian Vettel. And that's given us an extra 2 points that could prove crucial in our championship standings maybe after this race. Lewis Hamilton has won this one though. It's no real surprise there. He pretty much won by a country mile. So us though, we're going to finish home in P6. Unfortunately, just didn't have the pace after the safety car tyre wear. Still, even after the short stint to the end of the race, just no pace. So much tyre wear. It's just an absolute joke on this game.
That's 8 points. Good job.
So there we go, chaps. We finished 6th place here in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Fairly good race in the end. I like that we went on the attack, doing the 3-stop, and I think the safety car in the end there actually helped us out there. So fairly good result. 6th place, that's 8 points to add to the tally. Jenson finished behind us in 7th. And Felipe Massa, who overtook us in the safety car period, he got absolutely nothing for that. No penalty or anything, so that was just outrageous. Nico Hulkenberg, the only DNFer of the race. And Lewis Hamilton, what can I say really? He was just in he was just like in a class of his own today. No one was going to catch him, especially after Rosberg got a fairly slow start. But the driver's standings, we're down into P6 now. Daniel Ricciardo and Nico Rosberg have overtaken us in the standings. But so far we've had 3 races and we've had 3 different race winners as well. So we could potentially be heading towards another 2012 season where there's just so many winners in the first few races. But I doubt it because the Mercedes dominance is just too strong to ignore on this game. But that's been this video for today. Until my next one, guys, I'll see you next time. They sort of backed off now.
Kill me. Shit, how do I enable it?
Oh, the jet's there now. Yes. Oh no, the tank! Oh no! I can't do anything against the tank!
I'm not going to make this. Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in bed!